Hello everyone, so I'm Donabel Villardo and I'm going to continue the report. So Dadaism. It was a movement with explicitly political overtones, a reaction to the senseless slaughter of the trenches of World War One. It is also essentially declared war against war, countering the absurdity of the establishment's descent into chaos with its own kind of nonsense. So this is an example of an art, the function sculpture by Marcel Duchamp, 1917, which was a porcelain urinal, and they utilized photomontages as well as a plethora of other artistic mediums in their public meetings to protest against the nascent Nazi party in Germany. So kani siya is na himo na siya during war. Next is the Surrealism. It is a cultural movement that developed in Europe in the aftermath of World War One, in which artists depicted unnerving illogical scenes and developed techniques to allow the unconscious mind to express itself. Surrealism also defines as logic, like dreams and the working of the subconscious mind, inspired surrealistic art, or in French, it is called superrealism. It is filled with strange images and bizarre supposed. This is an example of a surrealism by Giorgio de Chirico. Was an Italian metaphysical artist that is born in 1888. De Chirico contributed to the Surrealist and Futurist movements, worked in Italy, Germany, France, and also in the United States. This is also one of his works, The Philosopher's Conquest, 1914. Also, one example of surrealism is the Dali Museum, which is the famous art movements of the modernist era. So, surrealism has come to be remembered for its production of visceral, eye-grabbing, and aesthetic images. So, surrealism is more like Marcia Grill but with deep meaning. Arts in the Philippines. It refers to the various forms of the arts that have developed and accumulated in the Philippines from the beginning of civilization in the country up to the present era. It also reflects the range of artistic influences on the country's culture, including indigenous forms of the arts and how these influences have honed the country's art. Also, the traditional arts in the Philippines encompasses folk architecture, maritime transport, weaving, carving, folk performing arts, folk literature, folk graphics and plastic arts, ornament, textile or fiber art, pottery, and other artistic expressions of traditional culture. These are some of famous painting from the Philippines. The Making of the Philippine Flag by Armando Amorsolo. So, the famous artist in the Philippines behind the painting is Fernando Amorsolo. The Making of the Philippine Flag is one of the most famous paintings in the Philippines. It shows three women, Marcelena Agoncillo, her daughter, Lorenza, and Delfina Herbosa de Natividad, Dr. Jose Rizal niece. Next in the example, we have the Spoliarium by Juan Luna. It is a gigantic painting more than 4 meters high and 7.5 meters wide, making it the largest painting in the Philippines and is among the most Philippine historical paintings. The famous artist in the Philippines behind this painting is Juan Luna. Also, the painting of Juanito Torres, The Gathering of Heroes. It is also another notable Filipino painting, The Gathering of Heroes, that is created by the Filipino modern artist Juanito Torres. The, the, This famous art in the Philippines depicts key figures in Philippine history, including those part of the 19th century, the Philippine movement. And also the Filipino struggles through history by Carlos or Butong Francisco. In 1996, this Filipino painting was declared a national cultural treasure, which means that it is a unique cultural property found locally, possessing outstanding historical, cultural, artistic, and or scientific value, which is highly significant and important in the country and the nation. And the last example is we have The Three Women in a Landscape by Anita Magsaysayho. Among all her most famous paintings, The Three Women in a Landscape portraying women with high cheekbones, slanted eyes, and beautiful morena skin, surrounded by nature, harvesting crops, selling fish, or gathering grain. There are also many example of arts here in the Philippines.